Alright, Shadowspear's out. Let's get into it. I'll preface this by saying this video will contain butthurt. A lot of butthurt. So I hope you're not offended by butthurt. I play CSM and this is fucking disgraceful. Now, I don't know what the pricing for this might look like, but I guess it's gonna be cheaper than Dark Imperium since there's about 20 fewer models, and all of the ones in Shadowspear seem to be monopolls as well. I'm also gonna give opinions on how good these units will be, but I might end up being totally wrong, since we have no idea exactly how many points everything costs. Alright, that out of the way, let's get started with a decent part of the box. So, the lapdogs of the Emperor get the following. 3 characters, namely, the Captain in Phobos armor, who seems to be a normal Primaris Captain with a 3-up armor save, a 4-up invuln, reroll and 1s to hit a random, as per norm, but with the Scout rule, that allows him to deploy anywhere within 9 inches of enemies or their deployment zone. He also comes with a camo cloak, just like Scouts can take, getting a 2-up bonus to his armor save in cover, and a marvelous little thing called an Omni Scrambler. This Omni Scrambler denies any form of deep strike reinforcements within 12 inches of him. Pretty nasty. He's only equipped with a 30-inch heavy 1 strength 4 minus 2 AP 2 damage bolter with the sniper rule, so he can kinda take pot shots that aren't totally irrelevant at characters, and a standard combat knife. All in all, I think this guy's gonna be an excellent choice for those situations where you just want the guy to provide rerolls to a gunline, since he's got the capacity to deny deep strike very nicely and can contribute to the shooting to some degree. Aesthetically, I think the Captain fits the apparent tactical theme of the new Primaris, and I personally think he looks really cool, but that's just a personal bias. Right, now, the next guy, he's a Psyker, and he looks like a fucking ninja. He's called the Librarian in Phobos armor, and he comes with the stats of a normal Primaris Librarian, equipped with a Force Sword and a Bolt Pistol, and the standard Psychic Hood. What makes him special is that he also has a camo cloak, so keeping him in cover will grant a +2 to his armor saves, and you can deploy him via Scout rule, which seems to be a bit of a theme here. I need to add that this Librarian knows psychic powers from a yet unrevealed discipline called Obscuration, so while he does seem to be okay, but nothing more, the powers in that discipline will make or break him as a unit. For what's worth, he looks pretty damn cool, if maybe a little edgy. Now, oh boy, finally, and fucking obviously, the third character's a lieutenant. The shtick is that he's a lieutenant in Phobos armor with a Reaver Graft Chute. Yep, they did, guys. Another goddamn lieutenant. Anyway, he does nothing out of the ordinary, but he can deep strike. So now you don't need to get out the manlet non-Primaris jump back lieutenant for your needs. He comes with a normal bolter, but with 2 damage that ignores cover, and he also scores 2 attacks on a 6 to hit with his knife. That's pretty much it. More lieutenants, fucking whoop. Note that this guy has no camo cloak or scout rule, and, well, I don't know, he looks like a fucking lieutenant. That's about it. Now that we're done with the HQs, let's move on to the other units in here. And I'm gonna start with the one unit I personally think will be terrible in the lapdog part of this box. The Suppressors. Now, don't go for my throat just yet, guys. I've seen people talk about how these will do fucking beastly wonders and stop Overwatch and melt faces. I've seen it. It's all fucking bullshit. These boys are just your regular Reavers with some jump packs added for flair. They move 12 inches like any jetpack unit and they can deep strike. They come armed with brand new Accelerator autocannons, which are normal, heavy autocannons with 1 extra AP. So a 48-inch range, heavy 2 shots, strength 7, AP -2, 2 damage. They come in fixed squads of 3 people, and they have smoke launchers, for some reason. Now, for the part about people have been gushing about, they have a rule called Suppressing Fire, which means that if they destroy any model in a specific unit, that said unit can't fire Overwatch until the end of the current turn. Now, the reason I believe these will be fucking shit is fairly obvious if you're into the meta. They have a grand total of 6 shots across them. 6 autocannon shots. Admittedly, with slightly better AP. And if 6 shots wasn't bad enough, realize that they're meant to be mobile. But if you move them, now you're shooting those autocannons on 4s. And that's an average of 3 hits per turns. And we haven't even gotten to the wounding part. Even if you think shutting down Overwatch is a huge deal, you get an average of 3 hits if you move, then need to roll to wound and rely on your opponent not getting their saves to have your suppressive fire apply. And even if you do shut down a specific, I don't know, say, Tau unit from overwatching, the other Tau will still stick fucking plasma up your suddenly distended anus and do horrible, horrible things to your insides because of course they fucking will, the shits. I have PTSD about Tau. In the looks department, I'm fairly neutral about these guys. Jump packs look very silly with autocannons, and they have a goofy aesthetic, but they do have a certain charm to them. Enough about them. Now, to move on to better units. Marvelous units, in fact. The Eliminators. Now, these guys are a sniper's wet dream. Honestly, they come in squads of 3 with normal Primaris stats, but also they come with the all-new and awesome bolt sniper rifles. These weapons are excellent. They have 3 fire modes, all of them can target characters, and all of them are 36-inch ranges. Now, the fire modes are as follows. Executioner rounds. These are heavy one-shot, strength 4, AP -2, damage D3, and they also deal a mortal wound and a 6-up to wound. Now, I'm guessing these are mostly going to see usage when you need a well-armored target put in the ground, but maybe you can take potshots at vehicles with them as well. Next up, there's the Mortis rounds. These are heavy one-shot, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1, ignores cover, ignores line of sight, and adds a +2 to the hit rolls. This will probably be the more fire support from a hidden position kind of ammo. Think like a mortar, with way fewer shots, but way more accurate shots, with a bit of AP to boot. And last but not least, they got the Hyperfrag rounds. Now, these are heavy D3, normal bowler shots. These will probably be used when you don't specifically want to kill a character, more like clearing away some chaff, like Fire Warriors or Guardsmen, or when said character is something with low armor saves, like an Imperial Guard Orders bot, or some Dark Eldar Archon. These boys also come with camo cloaks and can be deployed via scout rule, making them excellent support units. I honestly think these guys are great and they look beautiful to boot. They got that awesome tactical sniper look to them. Now, for last lapdog unit in this set, we got the Infiltrators. Now, for all intents and purposes, the Infiltrators just seem to be better intercessors. Honestly, the troops, they come in squads of 5 to 10 and can take their own pet, free mini apothecary in their squad. This guy is called an Infiltrator Helix Adept, and he basically acts as an apothecary for his squad alone that only heals or revives on a 5-up. They can be combat squatted and come with a scout rule, but no camo cloaks. And they come with the same Omni Scramblers as the captain. They bring around smoke grenades too, which work just like smoke launchers for vehicles. They're armed with marksman bolt carbines, which act like normal bolters, so 24-inch, rapid fire 1, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. However, every unmodified hit roll of a 6 deals an automatic hit and wound, thus bypassing the need for a wound roll. In my opinion, these guys seem like a brilliant objective-holding unit, especially since they can take acceptable pot shots at the enemy with their new bolter discipline rule while having great staying power and cover with a pet apothecary, come on. As far as looks goes, I think these guys are my favorite unit in the Loyalist set. They're very militaristic and have that heavily tactical look to them. Enough with the Primaris. Let's take a look at the shit show that is the chaos part of the box, shall we? Oh boy. Let's start with the characters. Now, there are technically 3 characters in here, but 2 of them are the same unit, because why the fuck wouldn't they be? First up is the Master of Possession. Now, honestly, this guy doesn't seem too bad. He's got the stats of a normal Chaos Sorcerer, he's armed with Force Stave and a Bolt Pistol. He does, however, come with 2 extra rules, namely a 5-up invul, which Sorcerers dearly lacked, and the Right of Possession. Now, the Right of Possession makes other enemy Psychers suffer perils on any Psychic test roll of a double, rather than just double 1s or double 6s. Just like the ninja guy from earlier, his powers come from a yet unrevealed discipline, named Malefic. Obviously, without knowing what his powers are, I can't say much about how good he'll be, but his basic rules make him a bit better than a normal sorcerer at this point, and he looks fucking awesome too. Seriously, this model's beautiful. Furthermore, we got the 2 characters, namely the Greater Possessed. Now, these guys seem to be some kind of beatstick. They have pretty nice stats. They have a movement of 7 inches, 2 up to hit in melee, strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, 5 attacks, a 3 up armor save, and a 5 up invuln. They're armed with their demonic mutations, which are strength user, AP -2, damage D3 weapons, and they have a rule called Locus of Power, which buffs the strength of any demon unit that shares its Legion and Mark of Chaos keywords by 1, in a range of 6 inches. They come in units of 1 to 2 and can split up after deployment. Think like Primaris lieutenants. Now, I'm not super hyped about their buff. Sure, it's not terrible though. Honestly, it'll probably work quite well with Maulers or even the new Spider Tick Demon Engine. And if it stacks with the strength buffs from Demon Heralds, which I'm guessing it will, it's gonna look fairly cool. It won't do much for the actual possessed units, since their D3 attacks are fucking shit, but oh well. As far as looks goes, there's 2 different models for them at the very least, and both of them look fucking great. Their mutations are varied, they look gruesome, and they look like they're gonna fuck up your day massively. Great job on the models, hey. Now, there's one more squad in here, and... fine. Let's get this farce out of the way. So, the box set contains a set of Chaos Space Marines. You know, the basic tactical fucks. They suck dick. They're borderline unplayable, and their rules have not changed. Yes, I'm very salty about it. Very salty. I have 70 of the fuckers. Anyway, the ones in the box come with no options, being a specific squad of 10 guys. The champion has a power axe and a plasma pistol. 4 of them have chainswords and pistols. 3 of them have bolters, and there's a guy with a plasma gun and a guy with an autocannon. There's no option for these, but don't worry. There's obviously going to be a full kit release in the future, and the models themselves look great. Seriously, this seems to be a theme. Our new units, while unimpressive, look damn good. I'm done talking about these, though. I'm insulted that we get fucking tacticals in the box, but I can appreciate that they got new bundles. Now, the next unit I'm going to talk about, this one's going to be a point of contention since there's been some massive changes. Now, the Obliterators have been changed as follows. Their toughness has been increased by 1 to a total of 5. They got another extra wound, so now they have 4 wounds. And they were given melee weapons. These are Crushing Fists, which are Strength +1, AP -1, damage D3. And their Flesh Metal Guns have received 2 extra shots, being Assault 6 now. Furthermore, they may now be taken in squads of 1 to 3 models, and their power level has increased drastically, which most likely means a drastic increase in their points cost too. Good times. On one hand, the new stats on them are beastly, and a squad of 3 of these with Prescients, Veterans, and Endless Cacophony will put out a grand total of 36 shots of pure destruction, while also being way tougher to remove than before, as Toughness 5 and 4 wounds is a great spot to be in. But on the other hand, if they end up costing upwards of 120 points, it's gonna be a doozy. They end up costing more than your average Hellbrute. I personally enjoy using Obliterators, and I hope they won't get fucked too hard on the points, but I think they now represent their lore more faithfully. Looks department, again, models are absolutely awesome. Way better than the old ones, and way bigger too. For some reason though, there's only 2 of them in the box. Fitting, I guess. The Lapdogs get their variable number squad, the Infiltrators at full strength. We get a total of 66% of a full squad of Obliterators. Considering CSM are about 66% as good as the Loyalists, I guess that's normal. Also, fuck whoever decided this. On a more serious note, the models are big and very detailed, so I guess that might be the reason. Don't like it much, but there it is. Our plastic crack dealer is God, after all. Now, for the last, but definitely not least, unit on the Chaos roster, here's the all-new Venomcrawler. I'm not sure if it's really supposed to be a spider, a tick, both, or none, but I love it. Its stat line looks pretty weak, and with a 10-inch move that degrades to 8 and then to 6 as it takes damage. 4 up skills, of course, since your demon engines have to suck at stuff. A strength of 6 that degrades into 5 and then 4. 7 toughness, 10 wounds, and an, as of yet, unleaked number of attacks. I'm guessing it's going to be like a 4 or 5 or something, degrading. It comes with a 3 up armor save and a 5 up invuln save, adds 1 to summoning rolls for nearby Masters of Possession, which seems like a niche thing, but hey. Explodes on 5 ups, and regenerates normally like any other demon engine, but also regenerating an extra wound at the end of any fight phase in which it killed an enemy model. That last bit is honestly rather impressive, since it could reliably heal for 2 wounds per turn without external intervention. It comes armed with 2 Excruciator cannons, which are 36-inch range, assault D3 shots, strength +2, AP -2, and damage D3. Also comes with Eviscerating Claws, Strength +2, AP -3, Damage 3, and Soul Flare Tendrils, which are baby Molar Fiend tentacles. Strength user, -2 AP, Damage 2. It can perform 2 additional bonus attacks wherever it fights using these tentacles. This model seems like it can benefit enormously from strength buffs like Demon Heralds, the new Greater Possessed, and even the Diabolic Strength spell. In fact, all those would make this fucking thing shoot its cannons at strength 12. As far as looks go, I absolutely love it. I have a thing for insect-like demon engines, and personally, this one will go perfectly with a current pair of Forge World Blood Slaughterers. Anyway, that's about it for the box. Same old, same old. Space Marines get good rules, Chaos gets good models. We still need to wait and see the points cost for these things and any possible new formations and stratagems. I'm curious to hear. What do you guys think about these? Do you think I'm being unfair when I say the CSM are getting fucked again? Do you think the suppressors might actually be not shit? Let me know in the comments. See you guys next time.